Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is Mr. Wickwar, and this is a follow-up to a tutorial about the basic tools of Photoshop. Today, we're going to start our first project. It is called The Wall. The purpose of this project is to get more familiar with the tools of Photoshop and to become familiar with moving and manipulating images from the web. To start with, you can tell the first thing we need to do is create a small folder. To do that on an iMac you're just going to right-click and choose New Folder, or on a PC and type in the name of this project. It's going to be called The Wall. Okay, now in this folder, I'm going to open it up. You'll notice that I have a few images here, which is the first thing we need to do is go get some images. I'm using Google as my search engine. You could use anything you'd like, but this is my favorite one, so this is what I'm going to use to demonstrate. Okay, to start with, what you're going to need to do, the purpose of this project is, again, to kind of get you familiar with the tools of Photoshop, but also to learn how to manipulate images, okay? So this project, what you're gonna do is you're gonna create a wall, okay? Usually you're not allowed to write or paint or draw on a wall, but in this project, that's exactly what you're gonna do. So to start with, you're gonna go get a wall, okay? So I'm gonna just type in brick wall, 1920 by 1080, and that's because that is the size of our canvas that we're gonna be using. And then I just pick a wall that I like. Let's say I hover over one like, I don't know, let's do this one. And as I hover over it, you'll notice in Google, it tells you the dimensions, 1920 by 1080. Okay, so now I'm simply gonna right click on this image. I'm gonna click Save Image As, and I'm gonna save this to the new folder I made called The Wall. Okay, I've already done this, so I'm gonna X out of this, and now it's time to go collect some images that are relevant to things that are your favorites. The three favorites we're going to find, and all this is outlined in the Google Classroom, will be, number one, your favorite musical group or artist. Number two, your favorite thing to eat and or restaurant. And number three, your favorite movie or television show. Okay, so to start with, I'm just going to type in my favorite food, which is pizza. So I'm going to hit enter, and you're going to see a bunch of pictures of pizza pop up. Now, we are going to use some tools in Photoshop, or in Google. One of it is the filtering tools. And if I go over here, you'll notice that you can sort by size, you can sort by color, you can sort by the type of file you're looking for. Okay, but what I'm going to do is sort for size. So I don't want huge pictures, so I'm going to choose medium. Now what that does is when I hover over these now and I click on one of these images, let's just do this one, you'll notice when I move over that, it's not ginormous. If you look in the bottom right-hand corner, now it's 800 by 500. Previously, it was 1920 by 1080. This etched area all around here shows you that this is a transparent image. I'm going to right-click this image. I'm going to click Save Image As. I'm going to go to my folder, which I'm already there, and I'm going to click Save. And this will go into that folder. Okay, so then you go collect your other images. I'm going to kind of move forward with the assignment now, but get your favorite band, and then you're going to get your favorite other items that are required, also all listed in the Google Classroom in case you forget, and then you're going to get started on your project. To get started on your project, you're going to first open up Photoshop. Once Photoshop is open, you're going to click on New. And once New is open, you're just going to click on the Art and Illustration button, click View All Presets, and I'm going to pick this 1920 by 1080. After you click on that, just click Create. What you will get here is what's known as the canvas. Over here, as we talked about yesterday, here are the tools. Here are the properties of the tools. And over here, we have the layers. Okay. I always start a project, as we talked about yesterday, by dragging this down to the plus icon and making a copy of the background layer. You can also then turn off the background layer by clicking on the eye. Okay, the first thing we're going to do is go get our brick wall so we can work. So I'm going to click on File, Place Embedded, and I'm going to go to the desktop, and I'm going to open up my folder called The Wall. And here it is. Okay, you'll notice it's the exact right size. That's because our background was 1920 by 1080, and the image is 1920 by 1080, so it fits perfectly. Okay, now what we're going to do is we're going to go get the text tool. And we're going to begin by clicking in the area here. And we are going to call this, I'm going to call this one Mr. Wickwars I can't see that very well, so I'm going to triple click that. I'm going to turn that into a color that is a little more bright by going up to our palette up here. And let's choose a bright color. I'll choose yellow. And if you want to make that a little bigger, you can go up here to the right and just drag this little icon to the right. I also want you to add a little bit of warp text. If you go up here, we talked about this yesterday. Click on the little T with the little arc underneath it. I'm going to choose this little rise one, and I'm going to click OK. And then just move it into position. Now we're ready to go get one of our images. Okay, to go get our image, we're going to simply go back up to File, choose Place Embedded, and grab a picture. Let's do the pizza. The pizza is a little bit too small, so you can use these grab bars. If you don't see those grab bars, click on the image and hold down Command-T or Control-T, and they will arrive. As you drag this down a little bit, get it where you want. Let's get it about like so. Use my Move tool and move it into place. At this point, all you need to do is label. Okay, so now I'm going to add a label to that. Okay, I'm just going to click on the text tool. I'm going to type in pizza. So favorite food, pizza. Okay, that font is obviously too big, so I'm simply going to highlight it. Click. Scroll this down a little bit. And that looks good about right there, I'd say, and move that into place. Now you're going to do the same thing with your other 3 items. Okay, look in the Google Classroom and make sure you follow all the requirements. You're going to end up with favorite food, favorite musical group, and what was my third thing? Favorite movie and or TV show.